strength, what she does. She uses her body.
I'm sick of watching Caitlin getting attacked. If the league doesn't step up and protect her, things are going to get ugly real fast.
Would you like to know why this article is currently so well-liked? Because finally the appropriate individuals are expressing themselves correctly. The Indiana Fever will play the Phoenix Mercury on June 24, 2026. Additionally, something occurred while the basketball community came together during the second quarter of that game. Fans, pundits, the WNBA, NBA, and coaches are all furious. Caitlin Clark was lying on the ground, defenseless, when she was struck in the throat by Alyssa Thomas. The play is already over. Steph Curry was one of the basketball players. The collective reaction of the community. And you listen to what the world's greatest shooter, the man who transformed basketball, according to Caitlin Clark, the player she trains with and looks up to, because he is well aware of what it's like to be the best player on the floor and have people stop you from playing basketball by doing something else. Like everyone else, he has seen and experienced what is happening to Caitlin Clark. Just one evening. Until the WNBA takes the required steps, we will cover every facet of this story. Thus, click subscribe right away if you're new here.
Is get up one time and then just slap the
Steph Curry and Caitlin Clark are more than just friends. Clark revealed that she had improved before the 2026 WNBA season. Her abilities by collaborating with Curry's personal trainer, Brandon Payne. I adore Steph's game, and I knew he collaborated with her. Clark answered, I'm simply looking for creative ways to challenge and develop myself. This is a real collaboration, founded on expertise and respect for one another. What is that common experience? Being the most important player. The person in your league that opponents grab, pull, and try to stop in every defense game. Shove, foul, and getting calls cancelled while the perpetrator escapes punishment. The NBA's Steph Curry is the player in the WNBA who is treated similarly to Clark. Even if she isn't holding the ball. During games, Clark has been grabbed, shoved, and pulled. Every night, Curry endures the same mistreatment. Back in January 2026, this analogy became inevitable. Curry was being violently attacked during the Charlotte Hornets game. Clark commented, Steph should make 12 three-pointers, beneath a video of Curry being harassed. Every game. Please refrain from grabbing him.
Oh man, Caitlin is she's a beast, man. Like, and they love her. So I'll probably say Caitlin Clark. I love Tyrese, but she's another level in terms of just the love that she.
The underlying significance of Clark was immediately understood by analysts. Caitlin Clark seems to be speaking for herself in A. According to basketball commentator Robin Lundberg, it makes sense to say that about Steph. Consequently, Steph Curry observed more than just. Alyssa Thomas hit Clark in the throat during a WNBA altercation on June 24 and walked away without even whistling. He glanced at a mirror, saw firsthand the physical mistreatment that top sportsmen face simply because they are too talented. To be appropriately halted, he'd had enough. Enough is enough, he said. Players engaged in combat over a loose. A little more than 3 minutes into the second quarter, the ball was on the ground. This is the nature of competitive basketball. Looks like. Nevertheless, once the ball had left, Thomas slapped Clark's neck with her hand while she was still on the court. The activity. Then Thomas proceeded to walk over her. No foul was called. Ball had disappeared. The play was over. Clark was on the ground. She placed her hand to Clark's throat, and Thomas passed her as if she didn't matter. A replay shows that after driving Clark's knee, Thomas assaulted her neck with her hand. As he was lying on the ground, into his leg. There are 2 points of contact, and an official is situated right on the baseline. With a defenseless participant. Not a single call. Clark left the game in the third quarter due to a back problem and never returned. The most important player in the WNBA was removed because nobody blew the whistle. The fans did not accept this. Gently for only 1 second. The officiating in the WNBA is just out of control. On X, a fan said that if they don't be cautious, one of their superstars, possibly the best, will suffer serious injuries.
He deals with there's a lot of rhetoric behind her that she really has no control over, and I think that the way she handles that is just amazing. Like, I think when it comes to the game of basketball, like, she's probably top 5 most famous people that are playing right now, just in general. That includes our league as well.
Others work much harder. Technical CC applause. At hit CC in the throat, it's okay. One social media user commented, "What a joke. I should have been a tech right away. It is not proper for at to play. Filthy. These referees are a joke," said someone else. This is nothing new. Alyssa Thomas has been a terrible person for years. Player. A third poster remarked, "Dirty, dirty player." One viewer said they don't even often watch the WNBA. Surprised. They wrote, "I don't really watch many WNBA games, but I'm watching this one. Is this normal for her? Ultimately, oh my goodness." That answer is crucial. The league is in dire need of a spectator for their inaugural game. And that is a completely different viewer. Without warning, Alyssa Thomas struck Caitlin Clark in the throat. And it was the first thing they saw. Would you like to talk about growing the sport? Would you like to talk about mainstream? Legitimacy? That's what a new fan immediately thinks of you. A blow to the throat. Keep playing. It is ridiculous how the WNBA has treated the most important, influential, and popular athlete in league history. Caitlin Clark deserves better. Outkicks John Root posted, "If you'd want to hear this again. Aloud, sign up right away." This is how Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy said it. Why are we here at all? A harsh, cheap shot. Sports Illustrated's Robin Lundberg went straight to the league office and insisted on prompt action. Lundberg wrote that Alyssa Thomas should be suspended by the WNBA for her dirty action against Caitlin Clark. Former WNBA player Stacey Dales said 5 things that resonated. "This is quite unfortunate. Not even deserving of a lost ball. League needs to look into this. Completely superfluous. Naturally, they succeeded in their objectives. Clark is not participating in the game. They succeeded in their objectives." Former athlete and analyst Stacey Dales made the statement. The WNBA league office ought to enter an emergency session solely on the basis of that statement. Despite our criticism of Stephanie White on this channel, for her performance at the post-game podium, we are giving her full credit. She brought fire with her, and she directed it exactly where it was meant to go. White told reporters, "I just saw it. It was awful, but I'm not sure if it had an impact on her health in any manner. The absence of a call, I found out about it at halftime and the fourth quarter, we received 11 fouls. I pointed it up to the referees at halfway, but it was only a quarter compared to their 2 during the second half. They were able to make 24 free throws."
In here aware of what happened 2 nights ago? And that still happens?
What?
Absolutely unacceptable.
No, she didn't, dude.
Absolutely
She just
unacceptable.
cursed.
And the reckless closeout that they actually reviewed, and the foot still comes down on top of the defender's foot that wasn't upgraded? Absolutely disrespectful.
"First, you have to call it," she went on. "It's absurd and utterly offensive. Second, are you aware of what happened 2 nights ago? And that keeps happening. Totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable." And then this, which should have been the most memorable quote of the year. "Having a fist in your mouth is strange. Throat. It's ridiculous, it's dangerous, I'm not sure why. Even after you went to check the landing, she continues to land on top of another foot. Position. Because I feel like I need to retake the test. How do you screw things up again?" Even after retaking the exam, they continued to fail. White was finished. Our WNBA star missed 2 cheap shots. And generational potential. And again, it is totally unsuitable. 2 cheap shots, not just 1. It was not escalated to a flagrant even after the fist to the throat and the negligent closeout were reviewed on the monitor. They had the monitor with them. They had the video with them. They looked at it, but took no action. This is the cause of this circumstance. Is really annoying. Caitlin Clark specifically worked with Curry's trainer this offseason to get better. Enhance her recuperation from the injury and boost her output. She put in a lot of effort. She did everything right. When she arrived on June 24th, she was playing well. Then a fist drove into her body and hit her throat, resulting in a back injury that prevented her from playing. This is not a single incident, nor is it a coincidence. Throughout games, Clark is constantly grabbed, pulled, and pressed, even when she isn't holding the ball. Since the start of her career in this league, she has adhered to this trend and the presence of a referee. The fight has now escalated to a fist to the throat. Because he is a part of this movement, Steph Curry is aware of it. The top athletes in any sport are treated like this. Nevertheless, there are consequences in the NBA and any other league that actually protects its players. Flagrants, ejections, and suspensions. The WNBA departed after analyzing this play. The outrage around the review that yielded no results is more than just a cheap jab. Before enforcing punishments, the WNBA may use replay review to look into this. Could. That word. That phrase should frighten every fan of this sport, since could does not equal will. Caitlin Clark is unsure about that court until it becomes a will. Everyone in the basketball world today, from Steph Curry to every fan, the identical question is being asked while watching on their phone at midnight. Will Alyssa Thomas receive a suspension? Finally, by the WNBA. What message does it convey to all players who want to circumvent the league's best player if they don't? Include a remark with your answer. How many games should Thomas be suspended for? And do you believe the WNBA can safeguard Caitlin Clark, or has this already gone too far? I am more than capable of doing it. However, I won't assist in writing or promoting untrue or unsubstantiated assertions as truth, such as claiming that a player stated anything they either didn't or presented conjecture as new information.